Bonjour everyone, Pantoufleee here today for a new video on World of Tanks Blitz, and as you can see I just got out of my hibernation because I was playing Elden Ring all day long on my Twitch. The link will be in the description, and well, I just had tons of fun. Definitely guys, you should check it out. But we're not here to talk about Elden Ring, but rather about focusing on World of Tanks Blitz. And I decided, to be honest, when I launched the game back today, I didn't know what I was gonna talk about. And well, it seems like Wargaming already prepared something for me because we have the World Wildlife Day right there. And well, as we have many tanks to choose from, we are gonna pick the best for you not to spend your money unwisely. So let's not lose too much time and jump directly into it. Wildlife Day in Blitz consists in something pretty much simple. It's about having some cool discounts on tanks that names are featuring animals. For example, the Tiger 131, it has tiger in it. Bang, we have a reduction. Same for the Panther, Lowe, which means lion in German, and the Panther 88. But even if we have juicy discounts on all of those tanks, to be honest, there are only two of them that are truly worth it. So I'm directly putting aside the Panther 88 and the Panther M10. The Panther M10 because at tier 7, this is probably, I'm not gonna say one of the worst, but it's completely outdated. And for the Panther 88, it's definitely one of the worst tier 8 you can ever dream of, even if it has still a juicy credit coefficient. And now we are left with the Tiger 131 and the Lowe. And a lot of you are probably gonna be surprised that I'm talking about the Tiger 131, which is not necessarily a tank I talk about on this channel or even play a lot. And well, I gotta be honest with you, even if it's not the best tier 6 tank, because right now we have the Hellcat and all of those kind of tanks, if you play correctly, it still can be a good thing to get, especially if you are a new player, because well, the Tiger is among the easiest tanks to play at tier 6 and tier 7 when you're a newbie and don't really know what you're doing. So how is it going to work with our magic tank? First of all, let's speak real quick about the statistics. You have a decent armor, not the best, you will have to angle it in order to make it useful, but also a really poor mobility. As you can see, you can kind of go to 30 kilometers per hour, but it's definitely not going to help you taking advanced position. But when you keep yourself on easy grounds, or I truly don't know how it's named in Blitzstar, something like you have the hard terrain and the soft terrain. When you are going on the soft terrain, you shouldn't struggle at all. And there we go, starting sneaking our shells with a 200 alpha damage gun that is extremely precise. And this is what is cool about the Tigers. Usually you have those sniper accuracy, which are making you definitely a good tank if you need to sneak those shells sneakily. Sneaking sneakily the shells. I love this expression. I'm gonna keep it even if it doesn't mean anything. And bang, there we go. As you can see, the Steer Waffenträger didn't do anything, and now all we have to do is push gently on our little friend. I'm probably gonna focus first on the Steer because, well, this is kind of a bad tank to get rid of first, but unfortunately, as I can't get him, I'm not gonna bother. We are gonna push straight, and now you're gonna see the whole strength of that tank, because this tank is made for all down. Even if your gun depression is not good compared to the one you have on the regular Tiger, when you are in all down, you will bounce shells, but as soon as you get out of all down, it's literally over. People will penetrate you like you're just a piece of cheese. And this is why, in my opinion, a lot of people are not necessarily hyped by the Tiger 131, simply because they don't know how to play it, or they just don't want to play tanks that are not broken. I mean, Wargaming already used us to getting some broken tanks when it comes to premium, and especially at tier 6, tier 7, and tier 8. So why would you bother doing anything else than just using your credit card to get yourself the most broken tank there is to get? Well, this is the answer. Can we get the guy? Of course, I had to get trolled in my own review. Of course, when we do a regular game, you see that we didn't bring anything to the table. I mean, yes, we got a lot of combat XP earned, but the credits, man, we only did 41,000. But 41,000 with only 1.4k damage is still quite a lot. I want to remind you that we are talking about tier 6, and this is due to the fact that Wargaming actually improved in whatever update, I don't remember, it was probably 2 or 3 updates ago, the proficiency of all of those tanks from tier 1 to tier 6. So it could be a good idea for those of you that still want to learn, but at the same time wants to make credits to buy, I don't know, maybe a Tech 3 tier 8, a Tech 3 tier 9, but getting this tank is a good idea, but if you are only here for the credits, watch out for the rest. Because the main reward we gotta talk about is the big boy. It's the Lowe, one of the highest credit coefficients into the game, and probably the only tank in the game with which will do more than 100,000 credits every single game if you're using premium time. So well, how is it organized? It's kind of the same as the Tiger 131. You have an extremely accurate gun with crazy penetration values, a reload time that is quite decent, sitting at 8.5 seconds, and 310 alpha damage. Unlike the other we just saw, this one has 8 degrees of gun depression, which is making it a good tank in all down. But as it's quite high, as you can see by its silhouette, you will struggle sometimes, even if you have 8 degrees of gun depression. But do not worry, in most cases, you should be able to do the job. Keep in mind one thing, people can penetrate your turret. It's extremely rare, but it can happen if they stick their shots exactly right there. So every time you are aiming at someone and reloading, try to wiggle just a little bit your turret. Nothing too fancy, because as it's rounded, the more you turn it, the easier it becomes for you to get penetrated, unlike any 100 or those kind of things. Now, of course, it comes with the downside, the top speed, which completely sucks. It's not a tank with which you will be able to activate your speed bonus or whatever you want to call it. And well, you got to keep that into consideration. You got to keep that in mind, because if you go on the wrong side of the map, you're done. In this game, we are quite lucky because, as you can see, we are top tier. So what do you want to do with the Lowe? I have a special tactic to do with it. First of all, always be all down, but most importantly, as your mobility completely sucks, you need to find ways for you to play aggressively while how can I say that? By walking, not walking, but rolling the less distance possible. And how do you do that? By finding positions straight to the middle of the map, or straight in perpendicular lines to the spawn of the enemies, in order to get to them as fast as possible. And this is what we did, but unfortunately it seems like they all decided to go on the other side. I mean, I can't really blame them, because I didn't check yet the team composition, but it was kind of logical. I mean, they have plenties of mediums. Well, now we gotta live by this. Okay, so there we go, sneaking the first one that obviously had to bounce. I just hope that this Tiger is not gonna try to escape, because if he doesn't, we are safe. As you can see, and as I told you, you can get penetrated quite easily in your turret if the enemies are trying things like that. And especially when they have crazy penetration, like it's the case with the Tiger, we get to get penetrated easily. But do not worry, boys, you still have the possibility of doing multiple things with this tank, especially when we are using those juicy gold shell. Bang, there we go, got penetrated one time by the L-Sim because we angled a little bit too much. But it's not going to be a problem, because after all, if the Tiger is really focused on the M6A2 all the time, we can destroy him without struggling at all. And I kind of like the fact that the Tiger is now trying to escape, or now trying to sneak shots on me rather than the M6, which is not logical. I mean, the M6 is a much harder target than me. A much easier target than me, and yet he wants to go on me all day long. Not a problem. Poof, there we go. Tiger, see you soon. And now we only have to deal with the rest of them. The L-Sing, which is probably not going to try anything, I guess. Or maybe we're going to be able to... No, we're not going to be able to get him. As you can see, what we did here is only showing the turret to our opponents. Try some side scrape, because this tank works in side scrape when you have the possibility of hiding the lower plate. And it works perfectly, but do not worry, we are gonna roll another one, because this one was too simple. And by the way, guys, this was a regular game, and well, we did quite a lot of credits. It's just amazing how the Lowe is just the best credit maker. The second game, we are bottom tier, which promised to be quite interesting, because the playstyle of the Lowe is going to be different, at least a little bit, when you are bottom tier, because when you're facing tier 9s, those tanks that have already tier 10 guns that are featuring crazy amount of penetration, well, you become kind of weak. Because even if at tier 8 you have the possibility of bouncing shells with the upper part of your hull, here it's no longer the case. Okay, so what you want to do is showing only your turret, but keep in mind that even showing only your turret will get you penetrated most of the time if they are placing their shells correctly. So in order to prevent that from happening, try to wiggle your turret, as I just mentioned in the hangar section of that video. So what are we gonna do? We go in straight. There is the Emil and the Tiger 2. I just hope that there is nothing like straight here, but it seems like they all decided to go on the other side. It's kind of cool for us because bang, there we go. We sneak the first one, and now straight, we try to side scrape before the Emil tries to do anything. Can we sneak another shot? Yes, we can, thanks to our great gun accuracy. And now, well, we can't do anything yet. We have to wait maybe for the AMX defender to come back to us. We're gonna wait for him to spot, because right now trying anything would have get me killed. So what are we gonna do? We are gonna stay here. We wait for the Yo to try something, and now bang, there we go. We sneak a shell on the Yo, and we are gonna hide. We have the perfect position from there. The Yo can't do anything because, well, we are side scrape, and this is why he decided to go for another target. But once again, as you see, when we expose our hull, even only on the side, it becomes quite tricky because we got penetrated by the E50. So what are we gonna do now? We have a crazy accuracy, so why not use it? We don't need to push forward. If we do that, we are probably gonna regret. So, well, what we do, we sneak our shells on whatever we have the pleasure to find. There we go. As long as the Yo doesn't move at all, we are safe. I just want to be able to kill someone, maybe the Tiger 2 or something, because there is also the RHM that I need to care of. I need to take care of, but I can't find it, which is kind of logical knowing that it's one of the best camo ratings in this game, if not the best. So yeah, now we can push. Even if we take all the shots from the Yo, I think we are pretty sustainable, especially against RHM and the Yo. So what do? We see the guy. Is he gonna try something? Yes, he does. He's dead, and now we only have to deal with the RHM. And here you are gonna see why this thing can be frustrating sometimes. You see, we're sitting at 2.4k damage, and there is an RHM on the other side of the map. And I'm pretty sure that out of all my friends, and especially the object to fight to you, I'm gonna be the last one to get to him. Which means that in the end game, if you are not close to the regular enemies or opponents or whatever, especially when it's a camping tank destroyer, there is nothing you can do. And it can ruin a game, you know. You're happy. Here I was happy because I did a good game, and well, you arrive at the end and you get smacked by reality telling you, hey, you're a German tank. German tanks are not supposed to go fast. You're supposed to be an old grandma. And bang, that's exactly what we have. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating. But we did quite a lot of credits. So as you can see, I spent maybe 6 minutes in both of those games to do myself in total nearly 170,000 credits. So if this doesn't make you believe that the Lowe is a good credit maker, I don't know what will. So in definitive, if you got those two tanks, it would cost you only 9 euros for the Lowe that comes with the full equipment, the legendary camo, etc, etc. And the Tiger 131, it will cost only 17 euros, which is definitely a good price. And if you don't have enough to buy both and you want to focus only on one, definitely get the tier 8, the Lowe, because not only will you make a lot of credits, it will also prepare you to the German playstyle in general. So yeah, this was my little World Wildlife review. I hope you enjoyed, and if that's the case, feel free to subscribe, like, and share. And once again, come on Twitch if you want to see something different, if you want to talk about whatever you want, play some Elden Ring and multiple other games that will come soon. The Twitch is still in preparation, but still, we are doing our best here. And hopefully, I'm going to see you soon for a new video.